Hello and welcome back to BS Limiting Belief number 7. Money is bad. I think this is the most critical one of all, and I probably should have started with this one. How can you make money if you think money is bad? We're all taught that we need to be good people and do good things if we want to be liked. And that is our basic, fundamental human need, is to be liked and to be part of our family and friends and community. So if money is bad and we are taught that we don't want to be bad, why would we ever want money? And if you think of it, there is so much negative conditioning and programming around money, and it starts from a very young age. Unless you grew up in money, and even at that, it starts in your family. If there's not enough money and your parents fight about money, then money becomes a bad thing. If your parents don't make enough money and they're angry about it, and they say rich people are horrible and money is terrible and more money, more problems, you're not gonna like money. Money's bad. If you grow up in a family with a lot of money and you see that money causes a lot of problems, you might resent that money because it destroyed your family. Gambling problems, debt, whatever it is. Between our family that we grow up in and our family money baggage and school, which teaches us to just get good marks, listen, go to school, get a good job, and be happy with our lot in life. Also, our community. Do we grow up in a rich or poor community? That affects how we see money. The media, oh my goodness, there is all kinds of negative programming about money in the media. Think of this, one you'll never think of, the movies, which are one of the biggest sources of conditioning for us folk in life. So think about novels, think about movies. What is the plot? It's always, let's call it a romance or a romantic movie, or even like an action, whatever it is. It's always the hero that starts out on the journey. Let's call it a romance novel. And the young gal is out in whatever magical lands, and she is being set up with the prince, but the prince is mean and a horrible guy. And then there's this poor village guy over, I know it's been a while since I've read this stuff, but hang with me here. It is actually the fundamental plot of most movies and books, and it is negative conditioning towards money, and we don't realize it. So if you look at any of these books or movies we watch, the rich guy is always the evil one, is always the one screwing over, pardon the language, the little guy, the regular guy. He's always the one doing the bad stuff. You want a prime example? Look at Titanic. Look at Rose. She was upper crust, upper class, sitting around the dining table with her mother and all the fancy people, eating like fancy people. And she's set to marry this rich guy that she doesn't like. And within the movie, the mom's telling her she should be happy and very lucky. And of course, the rich man's stuffy and unfortunate, and it's horrible. And then all of a sudden, this young, handsome guy, Leonardo DiCaprio, comes up, and he's all reckless and free and full of laughter because poor people are always happy. In what world other than movies? Again, money doesn't mean you're happy, but go with me here. The poor guy comes up from not middle class on the boat, but the very, very bottom of the ship, likely standing in water. And he says, come with me. And he's charming and fun. And she goes down into the third level of the ship or whatever it is and sees all these poor people having so much fun. And she just realizes that this is what she's meant to do. You guys know the rest of the story. And I'm not saying the rich guy's good and the rich guy's bad and the poor guy's good. But you need to be aware that since the beginning of time, we have been programmed that money is bad, rich people are bad, and we should just be happy, be content with making it by, and really resent people with money. Aren't we used to that? And I bet you if you're watching, you're probably feeling that too. I know I posted one video on TikTok, and you want to quickly figure out people's thermostat when it comes to money and what they feel. Go in the comments of those videos. I had some heated people in there. I hit their money button, and you could tell it was her money mindset reacting to my video, that rich people were evil. So let's think about this. Let's work through this. Money is really paper, and it's an energy, and it's a way to be paid for services or products rendered. Back in the day, people would exchange sheep for grain, etc., etc. It was a barter system. And then not everybody wanted sheep, or not everybody wanted grain, so they figured out a coin system that was neutral, and you didn't have to just accept what the neighbor had and exchange that way. You could take your sheep into the market, get some coins, and then go buy whatever you want, right? So now we all have a very heated feeling to money. And if you think of it, I grabbed a stack of money here, 20s. This is paper, right? Do you hate this? Like, you hate paper? Why is there so much feeling against this stuff? Well, what we've been conditioned, and probably for a majority of the population, we don't have enough. We just scrape by. This causes a lot of stress in our life, and therefore we assign an emotion to it, and we start to hate it and resent it because we're taught to, and because we don't have enough, and because no matter how hard we work, we don't seem to get enough. Nobody's taught us how. But now let's take this beautiful little mug that was bought with money, but it is also just a physical object. So is this mug evil? Just like money is? Because this money can take and buy good things and do good things, or it can take and buy drugs that can kill somebody. This mug can hold some nourishing broth that will nourish your body, and you can give it to your children to nourish their body. Or you can put cyanide in this mug and kill somebody. So why isn't this mug evil? It's just an object. It's the emotion we associate to it, right? And unfortunately, the school system mainly doesn't teach us about money. Sure, it teaches us math, but it doesn't teach us about money, how to really make it beyond getting a good education, getting a job, improve your skills to get more money, get promoted. We're not taught what we need to know about money. We're taught to get a job, just skim by. Unfortunately, that's what happens. Hope for a raise and be content with our lot. So at the end of the day, money isn't evil. It's what we've been conditioned about money by schools, family, society, media, movies. And it's also what we haven't been taught about money. At the end of the day, money isn't bad. It is an object, just like the mug, but it's also a reward for services and products rendered. And at the very end of it, you go, well, Tracy, when people get a lot of money, they're bad. I'll ask you this. Do you know poor people that are bad? I do. Do you know poor people that are good? I definitely do. Do you know rich people that are bad? Yep. Do you know poor people that are great people? Yep. So money is an object. It's a reward for services and products rendered, but it's also an amplifier. If you have no money, you have a character, good or bad. Money is an amplifier. When you get money, it just makes you more of who you are. So if you're a jerk when you're poor, chances are you're going to be a big jerk when you are rich. If you are a great person when you are poor or middle class, chances are you're going to be an amazing person when you get rich, because you're going to take this. This affords opportunity. This helps you make a difference in your friends' lives, families' lives, community, on the world, right? So money isn't bad. Remember, it's an object. It's a form of currency for services rendered or products rendered. And money is just an amplifier. It amplifies who the individual is already. So when you hear somebody say that money's bad and you want to veer away, or you fear getting money because it might make you this, or you think it's not a worthy endeavor, don't forget, money is not evil. Money is not bad. Money can be a source of many great things in life, right? Remember that, guys. Thanks.